This says maturing is realizing the guy's always right. You know what? She's on to something. Ladies, your life would just be a lot easier if you just always agreed to everything your man said. Unless it was something crazy. But little petty stuff, just always go along with him and just always concede that he's right.
That's a great idea. I'm with that.
Just try it out for a week and see how little you fight.
Breaking news, just because you kept your child alive doesn't mean that you were a good parent. A new study finds the more food you put on the table and the more roofs you put over their head, the fewer phone calls you receive from your now adult child. More after this.
This says them courthouse marriages be lasting longer than the fancy ones. That's a fact. That's probably because the women who are willing to do the courthouse ones really love the guy and just want to be married to him. It's not about the show. It's not about impressing friends or family. She doesn't think she's a princess. Women who do the courthouse one are probably more humble and down to earth.
You right. Don't you ever contact me again unless you want to, like, talk or hang out. Or if you want to have sex again, you're gonna have to ask.
There's something seriously wrong with you.
Whenever people talk about marriage, it's always, marriage is hard. Marriage is an uphill battle. Marriage is not for the weak. You're a team. You got to learn how to forgive. To have a successful marriage, you got to learn to, why? I don't want that. Like, that sounds so bad. Like, every time.
Look, only 1 in 4 black women are going to get married in their lifetime. So you probably wasn't going to have to worry about it. Oh! Especially the fact that you have a TikTok and you have multi-colored hair. It just probably wasn't in the cards for you anyway at this point. But I feel you. You know I don't push marriage, fellas, especially for a guy. It's no good reason for a guy to get legally married these days. It just isn't. Marriage was set up to secure you, lady. I hope you got a good job. Because flings with Pookie and Ray Ray for the next 20, 30 years isn't going to secure your future.
But you got to realize, me and my boys, we go hard. We got $1 million worth of jewelry on. We got $250,000 worth of cars. We candy paint everything. We like to live a luxurious life.
Anybody talks about marriage, it's always how hard it is. Like, what's the appeal? What is it?
Right, you exactly right. Men have figured that out. But yeah, marriage shouldn't be hard. Marriages were never hard, I feel like, when women were submissive to their men. When I think about most of the arguments and stuff couples have that I hear about, it's because it's not a submissive woman. She's usually aggressive, too opinionated. She gotta have the last word. I'm not saying guys never do anything wrong, but the frequency of fights is probably because the woman.
I'm not saying I never want to get married. I'm just saying the American marriage PR team is just really down bad. Like,
I've developed a pretty sturdy theory about dating based on my very careful scientific research.
Right.
Really, nigga?
In the field, you know, as a scientist. If you're dating a man and he does not either play video games, a sport, or an instrument religiously, by which I mean at least 3 to 4 times a week, you gotta get out of there. Okay? Because what is he doing? Yeah. Exactly.
Shut up.
You big dummy.
Well, a lot of times you can't win either way. If you're doing your hobby all the time, she's gonna nag you about getting off that hobby and spending time with her. But if you're not doing that stuff and you gone all the time, it's like, oh my goodness, you cheating. So a lot of times you just can't win. Do what you want to do, fellas. Do what make you happy. The hell with what she talking about. Whether she approve of it or not, do what make you happy.
No! Oh, shit! Say it again!
It's disrespect that will drive a man to the most heinous of crimes. It's disrespect that starts the school tradition. It's disrespect that makes men go to jail for life sentences. It's disrespect. When you truly disrespect a man in a public and permanent way, that's when they switch. That's why I'm so respectful in public. You don't know who the fuck you're talking to. He might.
Very true, but what I've noticed in male spaces, guys are really disrespectful to other guys. And it's supposed to be like this playing thing, this playful thing. I don't think disrespect is something to play with.
It will be a cold day in hell.
So yeah, fellas, just because you play with disrespect don't mean the next man does. So be careful who you talking to and how you talking to people, even if in your mind you're just playing, because that other person might not be playing.
Got his last straw, and you just disrespected. Hey, you're a fucking bitch anyway. You're skinny, motherfucker. You don't know. That might be the last time he heard it.
My ex really set the bar high for the next one. He got me flowers every week, took me on lunch dates outside on a blanket with my favorite wine, cooked for me all the time.
Yeah.
I'm literally not dealing with less. Why is he an ex? Because he wasn't cute. I was trying something different.
I already knew as I was reading through it or listening to him read through it, this guy, he pushed her all the way away. Cooking, cleaning, doing everything she wanted, doing everything she liked, catering to her, pandering to her. I knew that wouldn't last. Yeah, that's why he was an ex. He was too nice, and he did too much for her. You could do something for your woman, but don't just kiss her butt. They hate that.
So I tried to hook up with this guy, right? And I just couldn't do it because he was just so sweet. Like, he was a really good person.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
I'm living my nightmare. It is a monster. It's in my head.
This says when he goes through my notes app and finds his pros and cons list complete with low-key loser vibes listed as a con and a deceased mother as a pro. Wow. Hey, I'm glad he found it when he did. I hope you ain't still with him, or I hope he ain't still with you. And if he is, he deserves what he get.
The number one thing you have to do if you actually want to get married is stop joking about it on the internet and with him. Little jokes like this, like when you've been together for 10 years, have 3 kids and are still not married, are getting you nowhere. So here's what you actually do. First of all, you sit down with him, only him, no one else around, and you say, we've been together for 5 years. We have 2 kids together. I love you very much. I know you love me, but I want to know if you see yourself ever getting married with me. And then he's going to say something like, oh my God, why are you being so serious all of a sudden? Relax. We're eventually going to get married. Then you're going to say, I'm done waiting for eventually. I want to get married by the end of the year or whenever you want to get married by. And if you don't want to marry me by then I have to go find somebody that actually wants to marry me because I'm not going to live my life forever. That
is the worst idea I've ever heard in my lifetime.
When you take advice from a woman, literally do the complete opposite of whatever she said.
If she already been with him for 10 years and got 3 kids by him, they are married, basically. And they live together. Look, don't mess that up. It ain't nothing out here waiting for you other than pump and dumps. Stay with your man. That's your man. Compromise with him. Say, can we just have a ceremony? We don't got to sign the paper. Can we just have a get together and I invite my family and I get a dress? If he haven't married you after 10 years and a kid, he don't want to marry you. Just let it go. Don't go back on the dating market with 3 kids from another motherfucker. The streets don't want you.
Now here's the deal. This only works, number 1, if he actually wants to marry you, and number 2, if you're actually willing to leave. If you say this and you just stay with him past that deadline, he's not going to take you serious. You get to decide, but definitely stop joking about it with him.
Crazy how someone will just dump you for a mistake you made at the start of your relationship. We dated for 7 months and this guy was the sweetest boyfriend ever. And then he became friends with my ex, who told him that I had hookups in the past. That I never made anyone wait for sex like I did with him. That's all it took for him to break up with me.
City boy! City boy!
It's over for you, Thoughts. It's over. The other Thoughts made it bad for you.
I don't think so. Homie, don't play that.
I made him wait because, 1. He was so sweet and it'd break my heart if he was putting up an act just to have sex. 2. He was never pushy. Now I realize he was just being respectful, but at the time I thought he just didn't care that much that we weren't effing. I told him this, but now we're apparently incompatible.
Great decision, bro. Great decision. You were supposed to be the cleanup man that made an honest woman out of a trash bag or a jizz dump. Nope.
His mistake is he's chasing trash can dumpster thoughts like you.
All the work he had to put in to get it, and you never made any other dude wait. But see, here's the thing. You got to be careful listening to what other dudes say, though. Because that other dude could have been lying. In this case, he wasn't lying because she's admitting to it. But yeah, you got to take that with a grain of salt when another dude come to you about your girl, about stuff she did in the past. He might just be trying to get her. So you got to have that discernment.
I feel bad about your dating life. Just remember the time I asked my ex-boyfriend if he thought I was pretty, and he said not really, and I stayed with him for 3 more years.
Look old. They look like my grandpa.
First of all, thank you to all my sisters who commented on this and were like, yes, girl, I feel you. And to all the guys.
You look even older with the makeup and all the crap on your face. This is sad. This is mental illness. That's all this is.
That were like, oh, you look pretty haggard yourself. The women, including myself, are aware that we're no spring chickens anymore, but at least you can see that we're trying. There's a huge difference between aging gracefully and then completely letting yourself go. I'm referring to those guys that probably just use soap for their face, hair and body. The ones that are still partying every weekend, out on the boat, golfing with the boys, or the ones that are like still out in the club.
It's jealousy. Like feeling shortchanged when somebody else is getting all the attention.
Yeah, not dealing with your bullshit. Don't be mad. Yeah, they're loving their life. What? They should be at home with you hearing you nag about some dumb shit? Nah. You can try to shame them all you want. They're not gonna F with you. No matter how many shaming TikTok videos you make, they want nothing to do with you.
In the corner, oh my god, way past their shelf date, and they think that they can still pick up. And that's exactly what's depicted on their Hinge profile. They are still rocking that Tarot Cash shirt from 7 years ago.
That lady's angry.
You shouldn't say that about a woman. Why can't you say women are wrong when they're wrong?
You want to be making moves on the street, have no attachments, allow nothing to be in your life that you cannot walk out on in 30 seconds flat.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked at them and thought, damn, that's sexy. And that's my problem.